Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining. Sunil here. Can you hear me? Please confirm in the chat box. Thank you, Neelam. Thank you all. Thank you for your confirmations. Yes. Let's stop the chat. Let's stop the chat. What's our plan today? In the last session, we have discussed about Route 53. So Route 53 is all about routing, linking the domain names to the IP addresses, isn't it? Linking the domain name to client infrastructure. And we have discussed about policies like simple, weighted, latency, failover, geolocation. These are the policies available in the Route 53. We had a theoretical understanding about each and every policy. Route 53 helps in regional failures. Very important, frequently asked question. How does AWS handles regional failures? Using the service called as Route 53. Clear? Clear. So we will jump. Yesterday's is all about practical. It was very interesting, isn't it? We have seen about the policies. This was a PowerPoint slide used in the last session. Route 53 is all about policies. The second advantage is handling regional failures. So it's all about simple weighted latency, failover, and geolocation. Simple policy is redirecting the end users will never remember the IP addresses. End users will remember always the domain names. The domain name should be converted to IP addresses. That is possible using the service called as Route 53. We'll see it here. Weighted routing policy is all about distributing the traffic into multiple regions as per the client infrastructure. Latency is based on the routing the traffic as per the network latency. Failover, one primary region, one secondary region. Geolocation based on the geographical location of the customers. So we had understanding about theoretical understanding about Route 53. So let's get into the practicals of Route 53. Okay. So before entering into the practicals, yes, let's have interaction. Yes, Vamsi Krishna. Your question, please, Vamsi Krishna. You are allowed to unmute Vamsi Krishna and talk. Vamsi Madala. Hello.
Hi, Sunil.
Yes, Vamsi.
Are you able to hear me?
I can hear you. Yes.
Yeah. My question is how a Route 53 policy will determine whether a region is down or unavailable. So, like in the
You're
in the case
talking
of
about in that case, you're referring to failover policy. Agree?
yeah, failover policy. Yes.
Your question is related to
Failover policy. So, in case of
1 minute, Vamsi. Your question is related to failover policy. Your question is, how does AWS know that there is a regional failure? Agree?
Agree.
That is possible using health check. We need to create health check for the specific region. How to create health check? Okay, all this we'll see practically today.
Okay, sure. That's all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything more, Vamsi?
Nothing else. That's all.
Clear about whatever we are learning?
Yes.
Thank you. Swarupa D.
Yes, Sunil.
Yes.
Yeah, hi. My question is not related to technical. Actually, so I have completed your DevOps course recently.
You have completed?
Batch. The DevOps course.
Okay.
11 o'clock batch.
Got it.
And so I put the resume for Sunil, but so I didn't get any call from any company.
How
I'm
many
not
years?
sure what's.
No. How many years of experience you have put it?
Actually, I have 10 years of experience also with on Java technologies. But I put 2.5 years of experience of DevOps and AWS.
Okay. When did you keep it?
So nearly 20 days back.
Okay. Send your resume to me, Swarupa. Let me check it.
Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
I'll update you. You have to frequently update your resume so that your resume freshness is also matters. Okay.
Yes, yes,
So
daily I'm updating and so, but
that's
not
fine.
sure.
Don't worry. Don't worry. You'll get it. Okay. Did you also mention the AWS also in your resume and skills?
Yes. Yes.
You'll get it. Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. Let's get into the practicals. Let's log into AWS. Services, networking and content delivery. In that you have a service called Route53. Networking and content delivery. In that we have a service called Route53. So this is how the Route53 dashboard looks like. This is the first time we are experiencing Route53 dashboard. Point one. To do hands-on, to practice Route53, you need to buy a domain name. Very important. To practice Route53, we need to buy domain name. Okay. So first I'll show you how to buy a domain name. Domain name is something like www.yourname.com. So this is nothing but domain name, isn't it? For example, ICICIbank.com is a domain name. Domain name is different and hosting is different. We need to buy that address www.somexyz.com. That's a domain name. I already have bought the domain name to show you the practicals. Under registered domains, I already have a domain name sunilcloud.com. I already have the domain name ready. Let's say if you want to buy a domain, there's an option called register domain. Okay. There's an option called register. Register domain is nothing but to buy a new domain. For example, we have one participant Vamsi. So Vamsi wants to buy a domain name on his name. Vamsi Madala, vamsimadala.com. He wants to check. He wants to check whether that particular domain is available or not. Yes, it is available. The price of the domain is $12 per year. Click on add to cart and check out. Already your debit card is linked to your account, right? So automatically you get a message. You need to enter the OTP. Your amount will be deducted, and once the amount is deducted, you will see the domain in your register here in the domain name. So it's very, very simple to buy the domain name. So search for the required domain. Once it is available, add to cart and check out. So domain will be available here. Clear? So once the domain, you complete the buying the domain, you will find that under the registered domains, you can see the domain. So domain name, I have shown you how to buy a domain name. Domain name is mandatory to practice Route53. So if you want, you can buy the domain name. Let's say if you want to have instead of just for one service, if you don't want to pay $12 or $13, you better to let's have a theoretical understanding. I'll show you anyways in clear. So domain name is ready. Okay. Once you buy the domain name, it is available under the registered domain. AWS Route53 service deals with multiple regions because it can handle multiple regions. So it can handle regional failures. So what I'll do, I'll create infrastructure in two regions. One is London region, the other one is Sydney region. So what's my plan? I want to create infrastructure in two regions. I want to create infrastructure in two regions. London region, Sydney region. I want to create infrastructure in multiple regions, London region and Sydney region. So what I want to do in the London region, I want to create 2 web servers and I want to attach it to load balancer. This is what I want to do it in the London region. Web server 1, web server 2. I want to create 2 web servers. Both the web servers I want to attach it to load balancer. This is what I want to do it in the London region. So what load balancer will do? Load balancer will receive the traffic and distribute the traffic to the targets. That's fine. This is what I want to create the infrastructure in the Mumbai region. Okay. In the Sydney region, I want to create 1 web server, attach it to load balancer. I want to create 1 web server and that 1 web server I want to attach it to load balancer. You may have a question, Sunil, why are you creating 1 web server? It's up to you. It doesn't make any difference whether you're creating 1 web server, 2 servers, 3 servers. You can do it up to you. So first, let's create the infrastructure. I'll be creating 2 EC2 machines. Both the EC2 machines, I want to attach it to load balancer. I want to create 1 EC2 machine in the Sydney region. I'll attach it to Sydney load balancer. First, let's complete this part, starting with London region. So obviously, if you want to create EC2 machines and you want to create load balancer, obviously we have to select the service called as EC2. Under services, let's go to EC2. Right now, I want to create infrastructure in which region? London region. So sorry, not here. London region. You do not have any instances in this region. Right now, London region is empty. So what's plan? Let's create first EC2 machine. I'll name it as London 1 in the index.html file. We already know how to create web servers. Go to launch instances. As usual, I go with Amazon Linux. T2 micro. I want to have 1 instance. And this is the bootstrap scripts I want to use it. Name of the group is London-1. Sorry, name of the security group is my WebSG today's date 30. This is the name of the security group with today's date. I want to open SSH and HTTP port. Click on review and launch, click on launch. In my desktop Sunil folder. Download the key pair, launch instances. View instance. I have created first EC2 machine. I want to name it as London-1. This is my name of the EC2 machine. I want to launch another web server. I write it as London-2. Okay, as my bootstrap script. The first bootstrap script is London-1. In the second script, I'm writing as London-2 just for our understanding purpose. And security group, I will use an existing security group, and then I open WebSG30. And I select an existing keeper, and let's complete the second instance. Select an existing security group. Run the my WebSG30 is the name of the security group. Review and launch. Click on launch. I don't want to create a new keeper. I choose an existing keeper. Let's say it as same my London 30. I'm using an existing keeper. Two EC2 missions can have same keeper. That's not a problem. Launch instances. View instances. Second instance name, I won't write it as. Next. I'll be creating load balancer and attach the EC2 missions to the load balancer. You do not have any load balancers right now. I'll be creating load balancer as usual. I'll be going with classic load balancer. Name of the load balancer name London-LB. Next, select an existing security group WebSG30. Configure health check, request timeout 2, frequency 5, unhealthy threshold 2, healthy threshold 2. You already know all these details. Add EC2 missions. How many EC2 missions I want to add it to the load balancer? Yes. Review. Did I select an existing security group? Yeah, that's fine. Successfully created load balancer. I have created load balancer, added EC2 missions. So London region infrastructure creation is completed. This is nothing special. We already have learned it in the first service like EC2, so nothing special. Infrastructure part is created. Let's switch to Sydney region, and in the Sydney region, we'll be creating one EC2 mission, and we'll create one load balancer and attach the EC2 mission to the load balancer. Let's complete the Sydney region. So right now you can see I'm pointing to London region. I switch to Sydney. First, let's create a EC2 mission. Launch instances. Only one instance. Script. This is the name of the security group. Created one EC2 machine. This part is done. Next, I'll be creating load balancer in the Sydney region. Sorry. Select an existing security group. Configure health check. Add instances. There's only one instance. Create. Created. So I'm done. Okay. So infrastructure is created and infrastructure load balancer is created and in the Sydney region, and it is attached to the EC2 machine. Well, load London also infrastructure creation is ready, load balancer is ready, and 2 EC2 machines are attached to load balancer. Let's test the load balancer in the London region. So I'm pointing to London region. Let's go to load balancer of the London region. Picking up the load balancer DNS name. So I'm accessing the load balancer DNS name of London region load balancer. So load balancer will take the traffic. Sometimes we get London 1 and sometimes we should get London 2. That's what the behavior should be. Yes, you're getting London 2. And you're getting London 1, London 2, again London 1, again London 2. So the London load balancer is perfectly receiving the traffic. London load balancer is perfectly receiving the traffic, and that particular traffic from all over the world, it is distributing to the targets. That's fine. So London load balancer is tested. Let's test the Sydney load balancer also. So as we have just now created, it will take some time for the Sydney load balancer to get activated, but let's try. This is Sydney region. Copy. Sydney 1. Perfect. As there's only one EC2 machine, always request will be directed to that EC2 machine. I'm getting set. So the infrastructure part creation is ready. London infrastructure is ready. Sydney infrastructure is ready. Assuming a client having infrastructure in multiple regions. Assume that the client is having infrastructure in multiple regions. So as an example, client is having one infrastructure in London region, client is having infrastructure in the Sydney region. Perfect. Now. Before getting into actual concepts, quick interaction for some time. Naveen Kupam. Naveen Kupam. Your question, please, Naveen. I can see your hand raise. Kumar, UK, how are you doing, Kumar?
Doing good, Sunil. Doing good. Thank you for asking. How are you?
Doing well, yes. Thank you. Your question.
Yeah, I have few questions. When you're trying to buy the domain, it's saying that .com is $12 and
yes.
.net .link. So does it matter?
Yes, generally .com and .net will are having higher price. If you go for .in or some other extensions, so you'll get it in $8 per year or something like that. Okay.
Yeah, $5 was there. So
Yeah,
just
yeah,
for
yeah.
practice purpose, we can buy a lower one in
Yeah. Just for practice purpose, we need one domain. Doesn't make any difference of extension. Okay. But in fact, as it is practice purpose only, Kumar. So just visualize it. Why to waste money of $12 per year? Okay, invest you in case just having clarity in this recording is more than enough.
Yeah.
So if you use only for practice purpose, please don't buy the domain names, because once you understand how exactly it happable, you can just replicate it in the interviews.
Sure. And another thing that Sunil, for the load balancer, you are just covering the application load balancer. Are you going? Is there any to cover any?
Yes. Yeah, I am planning for one session with different types, the other type of load balancer also.
Wow. Fantastic, sir.
Anything more, Kumar?
No, that's fine. That is the only thing. So, too good, Sunil. Too good.
Thank you, Kumar. So I want to continue discussion with you with respect to explaining these policies of Route 53. Is that okay for you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So my dear friends, we have created the infrastructure because Route 53 can handle regional failures. To understand that advantage, you have to have two infrastructure in multiple regions. There are many clients who are having infrastructure in multiple regions. So that's the reason we have created infrastructure in London region. We have created infrastructure in Sydney region. So the complete infrastructure creation is done. So here comes the actual beauty of Route 53. Okay. Go to the Route 53 dashboard. This is the Route 53 dashboard. When you buy a domain name, it will be available in the registered domains. Fine. We also have hosted zones option. We also have hosted zones option in the dashboard. I'll show you. Can you see this is hosted zones option? Go to the hosted zones. The same domain is also available in the hosted zones. Select this domain. By default, the domain will have 2 records. Number of records has 2. My dear friends, try to understand. Whenever you buy a domain name, by default, the domain name will have 2 records. You can see the number of records for this particular domain name. For which domain name? You can see the domain name is sunilcloud.com is having 2 records. One record of type NS, one record of type SOA. These are default records. In the hosted zone, we get 2 records as we have seen it. One is NS stands for name server. The other one is SOA stands for start of authority. So don't worry about these records. Now, I will be creating a new record. In the hosted zone, as you can see, there are 2 default records. Don't worry about the default settings. I'll be creating a new record. I'll be creating a new record. The record for sunilcloud.com. Record types refers to A, stands for alias record. Mention it as A, mention it as alias record. And that record should point out to, understand the concept. I have created a classic load balancer. I have created classic load balancer in London region. You know that. So that's the reason. Sorry. I select it as London region, and automatically you get the drop down the London region load balancer DNS name. Okay. So I'm linking the domain name. So Kumar, you have to understand, I'm linking the domain name to load balancer DNS name.
Yes.
And I create a record.
So record in the sense just to establish the connection
Link between domain name and load balancer.
Load balancer. Okay.
Now you can see there are 3 records. 2 are default records, NS and SOA. This is the new alias record which I have created. Okay. Kumar, when I have explained about load balancer, how did I access the load balancer? We have accessed the load balancer using the load balancer DNS name. Agree?
Exactly.
Where is this? This is London region. We are accessing the load balancer using load balancer DNS name. I'll give a simple example. Assuming ICICI Bank is having infrastructure in AWS.
Yeah.
Now, to the customers of ICICI Bank, assuming that, do you think ICICI Bank will give this load balancer DNS name to the customers and access whenever you want to log into in internet banking? Please type load balance London-LB so and so. This is not user friendly, right?
Exactly. It's true.
So this is actually the way to access the application. Obviously, we access the application technically using the load balancer DNS name. But this is not user friendly. We know that.
Yes.
So what we have done, we have bought a domain name.
Sunil.com.
Sunilcloud.com.
Sunilcloud.com. Yeah.
And then technically I'm if anybody using sunilcloud.com, I'm redirecting to this particular link. That's it. Okay. This is possible by creating an alias record. That's what I have created it. Now, if anybody uses sunilcloud.com,
I'll be able to see the London 1 or London 2.
Are you getting it? Okay. So Kumar, are you getting it?
No.
You should get it. We should get it. It looks like so.
Did you save Sunil?
Probably it will take some time to get into effect. Let's try. You should get it. Don't worry.
So based on the hit, it will go to either London 1 or London 2.
Yeah. First, it reaches the load traffic reaches to load balancer.
Load balancer. From there, it will.
From there, load balancer will do its own duty of distributing the traffic to the targets.
Correct.
My dear friends, please respond in the chat box from try your laptop or desktop sunilcloud.com. Are you getting the London 1 page and London 2 page? Yes, it's working. Sunil, I have some issues with my firewall settings. Kumar, can you try from your laptop or a desktop sunilcloud.com?
Sure.
Yeah. Thank you, Sunil Shah.
Yes, I'm getting. It's London 1.
Perfect. As a this is not applied. Oh my God, a lot of responses in the chat. So technical, that's what happens. I think it's simple. Once you understand the technology, in fact, it is simple. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you for your supports, my dear chat, my dear friends. So now you understand clients. In fact, Facebook is having, assuming Facebook is running on AWS, their application will have definitely load balancer, but end users like us, we are accessing using the domain name. So we now know how to link the. So Kumar, we now know how to link the domain name to the load balancer DNS name by creating an alias record. Perfect.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. So this is first. Let's move on. So if you observe, where is that Route 53 dashboard? So this routing policy is called simple routing policy. Simple routing policy is all about specific default routing policy. Okay. When you're creating a new record, by default, the routing policies, as you can observe here, by default, it is simple. There are other routing policies like geolocation, weighted, failover. By default, is simple routing policy. Simple routing policy is only specific to one region. As mentioned in the slide, it's only specific to one region. Okay. So this is about simple routing policy. Simple routing policy, as it has only specific functionality. It links the domain name to the load balancer DNS name. Fine. Okay. Let's move on. We have achieved the first advantage. If in the interview they ask you about advantages of Route 53, there are two advantages. The first advantage is instead of providing difficulty load balancer DNS name to the public, we can provide user-friendly domain name to the public. That's the first advantage, and first advantage can be achieved by using simple routing policy. Now I'm talking about second advantage. Second advantage of Route 53 is handling regional failures. How can we handle regional failures? So if you want to handle regional failures, obviously clients should have infrastructure in multiple regions. Okay, so that's the reason to showcase that kind of regional failures. We are having infrastructure in two regions, London region and Sydney region. Now let's discuss about weighted policy. Let us discuss about weighted policy. The worldwide customers are nothing but end users who are accessing the application, whoever it is. The client requirement is 70% of the traffic from the world should go to London region. 30% of the traffic should go to Sydney region. This is the client's requirement. Client want this routing to happen like this. So clients can define this kind of rules, can provide strict instructions to the AWS team. So make sure that the 70% should go to London region, 30% of traffic should go to Sydney region. How can we do that? Yes, you can do that by going for weighted routing policy. Let's delete the record set which I have created just now. Just delete the record sets which I have just now created. This one, the alias record. Let's start from the scratch. Okay.
So Sunil, is it mandatory to delete or can't we?
Oh yeah. It's important to delete it.
Okay. Can't you enhance on that?
No. Better to have. Let's delete it because the policy, that policy record which you have created is simple, right?
Yes.
Simple policy. Okay. When I have created that alias record.
Yes, you have selected simple one. Yes.
Kumar, by default it is simple, right? So now I'm explaining about different routing policy called weighted. Okay.
Weighted. Yes.
Now for weighted policy, you have to obviously create two records. Okay. So let's delete the record set. I'll be creating one more record set. That's also alias record. The first record should point out to classic load balancer present in London region. Obviously, you get the London load balancer, and the routing policy. Now I'm showcasing about weighted routing policy. Whenever you mention it as weighted, you have to provide weight here. Weight is something like a percentage. I'm writing it as 70. Provide the weight as 70, and then evaluate health. Target health is not required. What is target health? I'll explain it, and then just create the record. Record ID is an optional token just to map that 70% is related to London load balancer. So I'm writing it as anything, you can write it. London LB, I'm writing. This is not set ID, this is record ID. It can be anything, just a token. So one record I have provided weight as 70. I'll be creating one more record. That's also an alias record. This time pointing to obviously classic load balancer, this time present in the Sydney region, and obviously Sydney load balancer will be popped up. The routing policy this time is obviously is weighted, and the remaining is 30, and then I write it as Sydney LB. Okay, So I have created 2 alias records of both are of type weighted policy. Okay. Now what should happen? Kumar, majority of the traffic should go to 70. Sorry, London. Agree?
London.
So,
Yeah.
so I'm getting London. I'm getting London 1 and London 2. So I'm getting to London page. Kumar, you confirm. Are you getting which page? You as majority should get London page. I'm expecting you also should get London page.
Yes. Now I've got Sydney one.
The beauty here you are understanding. Both of us are accessing the same website, Kumar.
Yes.
Both of us are accessing the same website, sunilcloud.com, but you are getting a different content. I'm getting a different content. This is a proof that the traffic is directed to multiple regions. Agree or not?
Yes.
And then majority of the traffic should go to London region because the 70 I have mentioned the weight as 70. As we have mentioned the weight as 70, majority should get London page. My dear friends, please respond in the chat box. If you're getting London, please type London in the chat box. If you're getting Sydney, please type Sydney in the chat box. Okay.
But still,
and
only Sydney.
You're getting
Sydney still.
Yeah. You, I mean, because 30%, you belong to the rest of 30%. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Are you understanding? Okay. Now look at the responses from the chat box. Sydney, London. So we are getting London. Got you understanding, Kumar? Okay.
Yes.
If you are getting fewer London, if you are getting Sydney, and majority we are getting London because we have provided 70% of the traffic. So this is how you are understanding based on the weight. Based on the weight you provide, majority of the traffic should go to London region and remaining 30% should go to Sydney region. Okay. Perfect. Please type this one in case if you're not getting it. Please use HTTP. For participants who are not getting the page, by default probably HTTPS you are accessing. So please use HTTP in the chat box. Pick up the URL from the chat box for your just reference. So Kumar, it is very now obvious that the weighted policy, using that you can distribute the traffic as per the client requirement. Am I clear about the weighted policy, Kumar?
Yes.
Perfect.
Very.
As simple as that. Okay. So the third one is latency. Let's go with the latency routing policy. But third policy, let's delete these 2 record sets. Okay. Kumar, latency is nothing but delay because of network traffic. Agree?
Yes.
Latency means delay because of network traffic. That term is defined as latency.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll be now showcasing you the latency behavior, creating a new record for the same domain, obviously sunilcloud.com. These are alias record, classic load balancer, pointing to London region. London load balancer. Policy is latency. Okay. And choose a region. London load balancer is present in which region? Obviously in London region.
So Sunil, even though after deleting that load balancer, if I try with that sunilcloud.com, so should I get the London one or Sydney?
You will get it from history, actually, technically speaking, from the browser history. Okay. After a few minutes, I will update it.
Yeah. Okay. Got the point.
So Kumar, you can see here, I am using latency routing policy and the region I have selected as Europe, and then I am connecting to London load balancer. Got it?
Yeah.
Create one record for London region. And you have to create one more record also, which is pointing to Sydney region. Policy latency. Sydney, you should select Sydney region, evaluate health check, not required. Created 2 records. Okay. Okay. What's the behavior of latency? Let's try to understand. Kumar, I am from India. Agree?
Yeah.
From India, is London near or Sydney is near? India to London is near. Sydney is India to London distance is less when compared to India to Sydney. So as the distance is less, latency will also be less. Okay. Yes. So obviously customers from India will be routed to the nearest region. The nearest region is London. So I am from India. Now when I click on refresh, I should get London region only. So cloud.com.
Takes time, Sunil, I think.
It takes them time, yeah.
Because you deleted that
record, and then instead of that new record gets into action, and it should monitor the traffic also. So all this to get into action, it will take little time.
Perfectly working.
Kumar, you are from which location?
UK.
UK. So for you should get nearest is London. You should get London page, definitely, no doubt. By mistake also, you should not get Sydney. Last time you were getting Sydney, right, Kumar?
Yes, Sydney. Yes, I got it.
Now you're getting?
Still not yet.
Not yet. It gets into action.
In establishing connections, so
take some time. Okay. Meanwhile, let's have interaction. Atul Kasar. How are you doing, Atul Kasar? You have to unmute. Yes.
Yeah, I was not getting that. I think. Yeah. Okay. So it's going good.
How are you?
Yeah, all good, Sunil. Thank you. Thanks for asking.
Yes, your question.
Just wanted to know about this load balancer. Actually, I just thought of that. Like I raised the hand because I was reading the Stephen Marek, and I went ahead and I just thought that I missed this topic. But
okay. Okay. Clear?
Yes, very much clear.
So when are you planning? Are you planning for certification, Atul?
Yes, definitely. Once this course is over, I'm
after this course, after completing Stephen Marek, attempt it, Atul.
Yes, definitely. Like Stephen Marek is more detailed.
Yeah, more detailed from the certification point of view. This is more detailed from the conceptual point of view. When you get when you get learning from both, then you will be certified.
Definitely. Sunil, one question. Will it be just the MCQs type questions, or there will be scenario based and practical type questions as well?
Scenarios will be there, but you have to choose any one. Answers will also be there. You don't need to type the answers. You have to select one among it.
Okay, but there will not be a demo kind of thing, right?
No, no practicals. Everything is choose the following.
Okay. Thank you, Sunil. Thanks a lot.
So how is Stephen Marek, Atul?
Yeah, it's good, but it's very, very detailed, but a bit fast on pace as compared to you. Your teaching is just like
slow.
Like not slow, but it's very at the optimum space.
Okay.
With Stephen Marek, I have to actually point to 2.75 to understand what he's saying because of the accent and all.
You have
but
to
concept-wise,
rewind and play for Stephen Marek.
I actually enabled that things as well where it writes what it captions. Okay, so it makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
We are not getting the page.
Not even myself. So.
Did I do some mistake? Everything is fine. Let's check from our participants. My dear participants, please respond.
I'm getting the page.
Atul, you're getting the page.
Yes, I am.
It's okay,
London 1 and 2. Maybe again laptop.
Okay. So my dear friends, all the participants from India should get London page only.
Yes.
Participants who are near to Sydney, they should get Sydney page, or who are near to Or participants of India, as majority of the participants of India. Let's see the responses in the chat box. My dear friend, please respond what you're getting. If you're getting London, please type London in the chat box. Perfect. Atul, clear about the behavior of Route 53?
Definitely.
As
Yes,
network
very much.
traffic is less, as the nearest region, automatically traffic is diverted to the nearest region. That's
Right.
it. Clear, Kumar?
Yes.
If you are getting Sydney, probably because they are nearer to Sydney. Thank you.
No, I didn't get.
Thank you. But all are getting, but I am not getting. Atul.
I also didn't
We
get.
are here to confirm. No problem.
Why we are? I am not getting.
It could be with your laptop. Maybe something is blocking because
My
even the earlier URL didn't
office
work.
laptop was also having some firewall settings.
Okay.
Okay, whatever it is. Anyways, it is Udemy, Ram Rajori. Stephen Marek is from Udemy.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So latency clear. Kumar, latency is also clear.
Yeah, I tried in my mobile, Sunil. I got London too.
Because okay, so obviously previously you're getting Australia, right? When we have discussed about other
Yes.
policy, now you're getting London. So it's very proven now. Okay, nearest one you get it. So when client wants the nearer traffic to be routed to the nearest region, then they go for latency. That's the use case. Next. Failover. So let's experience the failover. Before experiencing failover, obviously we have to delete the record sets which I have just now created. I'm deleting the latency records. By mistake, also don't delete this predefined records. So we should be very careful. Now I'm discussing about failover policy. I want to make London as primary region, Sydney as secondary region. I want to make London as primary region and Sydney as secondary region. How can we make London as primary and Sydney as secondary? I'll show you. For this policy, you have to create health check. Important question. Health check is required for which policy? Health check is required for failover policy. Okay. So, and health check is required for primary region, because if primary region is down, the traffic should route it to secondary region. But who will monitor whether the primary region is down or not? Health check will monitor. Health check will frequently monitor whether the region is up or not. If the region is down, immediately health check will trigger the notification, and then Route 53 will do its work of traffic diverting from primary region to secondary region. First step, what I will do is to create the health check. Okay. And health check will be always generally created for the primary region. Okay. So let's go ahead creating the health check. How to create health check. This is the Route 53 dashboard. Under registered domains here, we have hosted zones. Can you see this is health check option? Right now, there are no health checks. Right now, I'm creating a new health check. Health check name can be anything. As I'm creating health check for the London region, I'm naming it as London-HC. You can name anything. Next. Specify endpoint as domain name, and domain name, provide the DNS load balancer of London. This is the London. path, you should mention it as, so why we're getting space here. Okay. It should look for index.html. That's important. Which page it should look for? Under advanced configuration. How frequently health should be monitored? Every 10 seconds, the regional health should be regional health will be monitored. Failure threshold level 1. If one time, if it is if the region is not responding, then it will be considered as unhealthy. That's it. So this is the properties. So I am monitoring the health of the load balancer, technically speaking. Okay. Load balancer will monitor the health of the EC2 machines. Health check will monitor the health of the load balancer. If the region is down, obviously load balancer will down. When load balancer is down, that is it understands that the region is down. Next. Do you want to get notified? You can receive an alarm once the health is down. So that's also when we'll discuss when you're learning about CloudWatch. Just go ahead and create health check. Health check successfully created. The first name of the health check is London HC. So this is the prerequisite before creating alias record. So we have created health check and make it ready. Now let's go to hosted zones and let's go ahead and creating an alias record for this domain name. As you know, by default, the domain will have two records, NS and SOA. I'll be creating a new record now. Create a new record. That's also an alias record, which is pointing to classic load balancer present in London region. This is London load balancer and policy is failover. Failover record type. This London is primary. Record type is primary. How many types of records have primary, secondary? Obviously, you have to mention it as primary because client wants London region to be the primary region. And primary region needs health check. So you can see the health check which you have created here. That's the advantage. So that's the reason. First, I have created a health check, and that health check is available here. Pick up the health check, and then record ID. It can be anything. I write it as London load balancer. I have created a primary region which is pointing to London load balancer. Create record. Record has been successfully created. I'll be creating one more record that should point out to secondary region. I'm creating one more record of type alias classic load balancer present in Sydney region. Sydney load balancer failover policy secondary, and for secondary region health check is not required. Create record. So record ID, I write it as Sydney load balancer. I have created two records. I have created two records. One primary record which is pointing to London, one secondary record which is pointing to Sydney load balancer. Okay. Now the point, Kumar, no matter whether it is near or far, everybody in the world should be directed to primary region only.
Yes.
That's the concept of primary. It's not near or latency or whatever it is. 100% traffic should go to primary region. Now, Kumar, respond which one you're getting it when you access sunilcloud.com. You should get a primary region. That is nothing but London page. We should get it.
Let me check. At this moment, London 2.
Yes, obviously. That means whether it is London 1 or London 2, we are it's primary. It is diverted to primary region. Correct? That's the concept. So now look at the responses in the chat box. All of us, no matter you are in which location, we should all get London page. If you're getting London, please type London in the chat box. See. So Kumar, it's obvious that everybody are getting London page. Last time there were few participants entering as Sydney. Now here everybody is London page. That's a proof that the 100% traffic is diverted to primary region. Agree, Kumar?
Primary region. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Well.
Now tell me when the 100% traffic will be routed to Sydney region.
If it is failover happen in the London
that
region,
is in case of any natural disaster or something is if the region itself is not responding, then 100% traffic should go to Sydney region. Okay.
Sydney region. Yeah.
The advantage of health check is, let's go back to the health check. Health check every 10 seconds, it will monitor the health. So you can see it is showing as healthy. That means London region itself is very healthy. As we all should get London page because it's a primary region. Let's simulate a failure scenario. I want to stop both the EC2 machines in the London region. Kumar, okay?
Yeah.
When both the EC2 machines are stopped, obviously, assuming there's some natural disaster, whatever it is, so let's wantedly simulate the failure scenario by stopping the EC2 machines present in the primary region. Primary region refers to London region.
Yes. Instance.
How do you happen to know this training, Kumar?
Through my friend Sunil.
Okay.
So he's the one who
recommended.
It's a Limca book record. So.
Oh, okay. Good. He's the same person. Okay. So you're happy? Your friend is happy with my training?
Yeah, yes, of course.
That's why he recommended you. And are you happy?
Of course, yes.
With the training?
Yes.
So
very, very clear. It's very interactive as well. So it's very crystal clear.
Concept so as the complete region is down, so now if I click on refresh, it should go to secondary region.
It's taking time.
It will take some time.
So when are you going to sign that one, Sunil, for the Limca book record?
They will monitor for 3 to 4 months. Okay. The traffic of the participants, and then they give the certificate.
Okay. I wish you all the best, sir. You will get it definitely.
Yeah. We have to submit the Zoom. Attendance report and registrations report to the Limca Book of Records every batch as a proof.
As a proof. Okay.
Now the health check should declare it as unhealthy. Now it is unhealthy. Okay. Previously it was healthy. Now health is unhealthy. So it should divert it to Sydney page. Why we are not getting it?
Not getting.
Atul, are you getting Sydney page? Please confirm. We should traffic should be directed to Sydney region. Atul, by default you will be on mute. Please can you confirm? Are you getting Sydney page? Let's take confirmations from the chat box. My dear friends, as primary region is done, you all should get the traffic from the secondary region. That means we should get Sydney page. If you're getting Sydney page, type Sydney in the chat box. Perfect. Okay. So 100% traffic is now diverted. I'm not sure why you're getting sunilcloud.com. That's very good. So Kumar, this is the confirmations proof from the chat box that the traffic is getting to Sydney region. Got it? Am I right?
Yeah.
You're getting Sydney page. Perfect. My dear friends. So this is the importance of failure. So AWS can hand even the entire region is down, but there's no downtime, Kumar. Applications will never go down. That's the beauty of cloud. These, my dear friends, you have to understand why clients are getting attracted towards cloud, because all these advantages. No downtime. They can define, there are a lot of features which is very, very difficult to implement it in on-premises. And one more important point, because of the competition between AWS, Microsoft, Azure, Google, and many more players coming into the bank, big giants coming into the market, IBM Cloud, Oracle Cloud. And services always the concept is the same. The terminology, user interface big changes. The cloud platform is becoming affordable. So the pricing charges of AWS before 5 years and now it's cheaper. In the same way with Azure and GCP. Because of the competition, the pricing is becoming lower and lower, and the services are becoming more and more. It is becoming more and mature. So definitely, the cloud is the future. So that's about failure policy. Let's go with geolocation. So to experience geolocation, let's delete the records which we have created. Okay, let's access the domain name. Let's start the EC2 missions. We should get London page again. Even let's experience that. So I'm starting the EC2 mission so that again, when primary is up, automatically health check should declare it as unhealthy, and then we should get the primary rate. Sandeep Sen.
Yeah, Sunil, I have a question here.
Yes.
Say if primary we have, this is something we are accessing just like an website, normal website, right? So now if we have a DB backside, say kind of say Flipkart website, okay? So where we are feeding something which is getting stored in the database. So
feeding in the sense? Feeding in the sense?
Feeding in the sense, say we are giving some informations like my
adding products, adding customers you're talking about in the
exactly.
Okay.
So which required a database interaction.
Okay, yes.
So my information will be writing into the database
application. No, here Sandeep. Here EC2 missions. Agree?
Correct. Okay.
I say E2C mission, you have to understand that application server will be installed.
Yeah, I understand. Applications are here.
And then corresponding DB will be there behind the front end. Okay.
Exactly.
So this communication from the application will be going to the database, and then the database will get the records, and then that will be displayed to the end user.
Perfect. Here this is clear. Now my question here is, say, so there is a like continuous replications will be there for the same database between London to Sydney.
When let's say, for example, Sandeep, you had, let's say at morning 9 o'clock, you have bought one online shopping, you have bought one product. Okay.
Exactly.
So when you click on my orders, you should get that your order has been placed it, and this is the information of your order, and you have done the payment. Okay.
Perfect.
At what then you have placed an order at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Let's say at 9:05. There was a regional failure.
Exactly.
So at 9:10, when you're accessing the same Amazon,
yeah,
your order should be visible here, isn't it?
Exactly. So my question is how this DB
replication. That's what. No, not only DB application. Application replication should also happen. Some application page has been created. Okay.
Correct.
Need not be. It can be at database level. That means it can be at the application level. Changes can be done at both the levels. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So the point is, this means at any given point of time, the London region and the Sydney region should be in synchronized with each other. Okay.
Yeah.
So that there will be no loss of data. Agree?
Exactly. So what is the frequency?
There are synchronization services specially available, which helps in synchronizing between one region to other region, and it's not frequency. When record gets updated, it updates in both the records, then only the transaction is completed. Okay. So synchronization exclusive services are available in AWS. Okay, Sandeep, good question.
Okay. So if I hosting my database, I have to buy those services also.
You are right.
Understand.
Clear,
So that was one of the gray area. No, because why I'm telling, because in like Azure, such kind of options are there. Like if you create the site recovery, you can get this automatic. So that's why I'm just trying to fine. Yeah. Thank you, Sunil.
Site recovery, Sandeep, you are referring to site failures because of some malware in the site or something like that.
Yes.
But if the region is failed, then the site recovery will also fail. Okay. Site recovery is restoring to your site in case if there's something wrong happened at your site, you want to restore it to 1 hour back snapshot or something like that, which has been automatically backed up. So that is site recovery at individual site level. It is completely regional level. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. So Now, as both the infrastructure is up, so again the health check should declare it as healthy. It should be back to healthy. Now it is back to healthy, and as it is back to healthy, we should get primary region. Primary region. Kumar, as primary region is up, we are directed to primary region. Okay, that's the beauty of primary and secondary region.
Yeah, yes, Sunil.
So let's delete the record sets. Now, experiencing geolocation. As you are from UK, Kumar, this is a practical scenario which we can show it to not only for all the participants. Typical requirement: traffic from London should go to London region. You are from UK, agree? So
Yes.
when you access the site, you should be directed to London infrastructure. When I access the site, I should go to Sydney.
Sydney.
So to which infrastructure traffic should be routed depends upon the origin of the traffic. That means depending upon the end user location, the traffic should be routed. This can be possible obviously with the geolocation policy. So let's create geolocation policy records. Classic load balancer pointing to London region, London load balancer. The moment you change the policy, the options change here. I select geolocation. The moment I select geolocation, the options change here. Traffic from United Kingdom location. I'm mentioning it as United Kingdom. So my dear friends, you have to understand that traffic from United Kingdom should go to London region. Health check is not required. And one more traffic from India should go to Sydney. One more record for India region. Of type alias record should go to classic load balancer present in Sydney region, Sydney load balancer, geolocation. India, health check not required. This is pointing to Sydney. So as per the client's instructions, what now the routing happens in this way. If any customer accessing the application from United Kingdom, it will be trafficked to London. It's the same application. If the customers are accessing from India, it should go to Sydney region. Okay. So as I am from India, I should get Sydney page now, as per the concept.
So in that case, I mean, you should know that, Sunil, that which region the customers are there, end user there. Is it so?
No, that give information client will give us. Okay.
Okay.
Client will give us. Okay. Now
Okay.
client,
No,
assuming client is Netflix. Assuming client is Netflix. Now Netflix instruction is, if any users accessing Netflix from UK, it should go to that particular region.
Okay. Okay.
So Netflix requirement is that. So as per the client requirement, we'll be defining the rules.
Okay.
So as traffic from India, we are getting, okay, I should get Sydney, right? Any confirmations, Kumar? You're getting which page?
I'm checking, Sunil.
I'm getting
London too.
Okay, because you are from.
I think, Sunil, you need to clear the history, so you'll get it.
Okay. So traffic from India should go to Sydney. Okay. So look at the responses. Why am I not getting? Okay, let's get
No,
the
I checked the
responses.
history, so that's why I cleared the history
Yeah.
in my.
Okay.
So you maybe clear the history, you'll get it. Clear browsing data.
Okay, let's get the responses from the chat box. As a majority from India, we should. If you're getting Sydney, please type Sydney in the chat box. If you're getting London, please type London in the chat box. Please respond in the chat box, my dear friends. Sydney. So Kumar, majority are getting Sydney. That means they are from India. So participants from India are getting Sydney page. Whereas my dear friends, as Kumar is from UK, he's getting UK page. So yeah, the beauty you have to understand that both are all of us are accessing the same application, but the content what it is delivered. The content what it is delivered is different. Agree, isn't it? That's the beauty. I hope you're understanding the power of Route 53. Okay, perfect. Are you enjoying the session? Please respond in the chat box. Thank you. And if a customer is not from UK or India, let's say if a customer is in US, he will not get the site. That's the requirement. They don't want the site to be accessed. Kumar, have you observed there are some sites which are accessible only from US? Do you know there are some sites which are accessible only from US? If you try to access that particular site from India, we will not get that site. Okay, there's some,
yes.
Especially the electronic goods sites.
And no, same thing here. My friend tried one of the bank account.
Okay.
And tried here, it didn't work.
It did
it
not
is
work.
Stopping.
So this is the power of cloud. So as per the client requirement, we can define what the rules. Okay. So let's move on. So the geolocation. For India, I mentioned Sydney. Okay. Look at the requirement. Traffic from India should go to Sydney. Anyways, it is going. That is already defined here. Sign out.
So Sunil, in the latency and the geolocation, so the differences are which is that in the latency one, anybody can access to that.
I'll explain the difference. I'm explaining the difference. Okay.
Yeah.
In latency, if you can see here, what's happening? India traffic is directed to Sydney.
Sydney, correct.
Even though it is far, even though it's latency, but still it hard coded. We have hard coded. That's a traffic rule.
Correct.
Okay. If it is in latency, it will not go to Sydney. It will go to London because it is nearer. Okay. Nearer to. That's the concept. Okay. Yeah. And the requirement is there's something called default keyword. The default keyword when we have to use traffic from India should go to Sydney. Except India, rest of all the countries should go to London. Okay. We cannot select each and every country and mention it as London. Those many number of records we cannot create it, isn't it? So there's a concept called default. Okay. So when you mention default, rest of all, other than India, rest of all the traffic will be directed to the London region. Okay. So I'll show you one more time. Create record. Alias record. Should point out to London. London load balancer. Which policy? Geolocation. There's a keyword called default. Kumar, there's a keyword called default. Okay, and default I'm mentioning the London region. That means the point is the conceptual knowledge is, if you look at the records, it is very simple. You can understand it. If you look at the definition, traffic from India will go to Sydney. Rest of India remain, let's say if in our world there are 200 countries, India traffic will be directed to Sydney, remaining 199 countries, the traffic will be routed to London region. So in such kind of cases, we go for default. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is how, my dear friends, in today's session, we have understood DNS, domain name system, is all about converting the domain name to IP address or a load balancer. Generally, it's load balancer because all the clients will have load balancer. If not load balancer, you can link the domain name directly to the EC2 machine also by mentioning the IP address of the EC2 machine. Kumar, that can also be done, assuming load balancer is not there. But generally,
Okay.
load balancer will be there. You can also mention the load balancer. Okay. So deleting all this is very important. Let's delete the two records. Deletion process is also important. Let's delete the two records. Next, delete the health check. Yes, we have created health check also. Please don't forget. Go to health check. You have to delete the health check which you have created. Terminate the EC2 machines in both the regions. Don't forget. In London region, we have to terminate both the instances. Similarly, in Sydney region also. Sorry, first instance we have to delete. So instance termination is done, and then delete load balancers in both the regions. So instances, let's wait for the instance to be terminated. Yes, both are terminated, then go to load balancer. The same way, let's terminate. Termination is done. Let's terminate the load balancer in the Sydney region also. Done. That's it. So as expected, as planned, we have understood each and every policy, and we have practically experienced how exactly we can use the policies as per the client requirements. Okay, Kartika Koduru. Kartikeya Koduru.
Sunil, can you hear me?
Yes, it's very clear, Kartikeya. How are you?
I'm good, Sunil. How are you?
Doing well, yes.
Sunil, I have one question.
Yes.
So when we are creating a domain name DNS that we created, right?
So we have created alias record.
No, the before creating
domain name we have bought it.
Yeah, we bought a domain name, right? So can we use all the policies of Route 53 for the one that we bought?
Generally, we don't use all the policies. Okay, we use one specific policy as per the client requirement. Client wants all traffic to be routed equally. Okay, or client wants the traffic to be routed based on the geographical location, or client wants the traffic to be rated based on the latency or failure. So generally, that will be a standard. Okay, multiple routing policies can be possible, but generally it is not recommended. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Clear, Kartikeya?
Yeah, Sunil. Thank you.
Amol Darwade.
Hello.
Hi, Amol.
Hi. Good evening, Sunil.
Good evening.
My question is, we are pointing to load balancers, right?
Yes.
So, and can we point to EC2 machine?
EC2 machine, yes, yeah, you can do that. You can see here.
Okay. But traffic.
One minute. Okay. You will have the DNS name of the EC2 machine. Do you remember?
Okay.
Amol, that you
Yes.
have to mention it here. Okay.
Okay.
For
But in
specific
this case, load balancer will work or not?
Which one? In which case?
Because we are pointing to only one EC2 machine, right?
In that case, load balancer will not work. Okay, as you're bypassing the load balancer.
I want also
no,
load.
both cannot be done. Either the traffic should hit to load balancer,
but I will
or
get
or traffic should go to directly EC2 machine. Okay.
Okay.
So that both cannot be done, na? Generally, it will be for the load balancer. Okay.
But when I enter the domain in browser, then I will I should get the web page, right?
Yes, obviously you'll get the web page whether you're pointing to load balancer or you're pointing to EC2 machine. You get the web page.
But we are getting only a load balancer name. Sorry, EC2 machine name. Not getting web page, right?
No. You're talking about the output of today's class.
Yeah.
In the web page, what I have mentioned. See, I have mentioned Sydney 1. That's the reason we're getting Sydney 1 in the index.html. Okay. So here coincidence is the name of the EC2 machine and the index.html I have mentioned same. That's the reason you're thinking that whatever I have mentioned in the EC2 machine, you are getting that one. Huh? No. Here I have mentioned index.html only. Huh? Okay, Amol. I hope I have answered your question.
Yeah, thanks.
Nirav Kakadiya. Nirav, you are now allowed to unmute. Yes. We cannot hear you. Please check your audio settings, Nirav. Venkata Surendra.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Is it Venkata Surendra?
Yes, sir. I am G. Venkata Surendra.
Yeah, please tell me.
Sir, I am a BCom background student. This course helped to me. And what is the opportunities I am doing this course, sir?
Generally, BCom graduate students will have very, very less opportunities when compared to the BTech or technical side. Venkata.
Okay, but I am BCom computers, sir.
That's fine. Generally, I have seen many openings which are not preferring BCom computers. But if you want to get into IT industry,
Yes,
anyways, you have to acquire the skills and try your luck.
Okay,
the
sir,
process is the same. Okay, thank you. Vijaya Nagella.
Hi Sunil, good evening.
Good evening, Vijaya.
Yeah, one of my friend has referred your AWS classes, so
okay.
I'm having 16 plus
you are
years of
attending. You are attending
experience.
right from day one, or you have just joined?
No, I have joined in between of this is the 4th day or 5th day I can say. So
okay,
I am just curious to know when it is going to
new
join
batch.
the new job, new batch. Sorry,
new batch is starting from 7th.
So how to get the URLs and all?
Are you in the
things?
WhatsApp group?
No.
Okay. Anyways, you are planning to continue this, right, batch?
Yes. I am planning to continue in the same batch, and
rest
I
of the topics you want to
to
join from the beginning.
Yes, whatever
we
the
are
classes which I have missed out,
we are
right?
starting new
So,
batch on Tuesday, 7th of November at morning 6 o'clock. Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
so
that is fine.
You will
I'm ready
be.
to
You get the
join
updates.
by...
You get the updates, Vijaya. Okay.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we will send you the group joining link in the WhatsApp in this session, so you'll understand. You can join the group. Okay.
Yeah. If or else if you share any WhatsApp link, I am ready to join, and so that I will get the
tomorrow
updates.
The WhatsApp group will be ready for the new batch, and I'll be sharing it tomorrow.
Okay,
Vijaya.
I just want to say big thank you for you to explaining the concepts in a easily understandable manner. Those
Okay.
who are new to the industry, or else those who are currently
Changing the
doing their
technology.
jobs in the IT industry. So it is very helpful for the
Yeah.
folks. So big kudos to you for
Thank you.
the
Thank you.
manner how
referred
you
by?
are
You are
teaching
referred
and
by?
helping each and everyone.
You are referred by which person?
Sunil, for you only.
No. You got reference from which? Who referred you?
Let me recollect that person's name.
Okay.
So,
He's working in
so
DevOps industry.
my wife has my wife's friend has given openly saying, so she has referred me. So
Okay.
yeah.
Good. Because
Yeah,
please join from the beginning to get the more complete understanding about how
exactly.
exactly
So
cloud
I'm
helps
going
the
to
clients.
continue in these classes. So
Yeah.
once again, I'm going to join the fresh
You're
batches,
welcome.
as you mentioned, 6 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
From 7th December.
As you know,
Yeah.
the live training is free, and in case if you want the recordings, just pay 999. That's all.
Sure.
Thank you, Vijay.
Sure.
Thank you all. Thank you for joining the session. So we have completed this Route 53. Tomorrow's session is RDS. So we have not discussed about RDS, because if the client wants to host their databases like Oracle or MySQL, how can AWS provides a solution for that? So what is the advantage if the client selects a service especially for relational databases called RDS? Okay, so there's something important, especially from theoretical point of view. Okay, so see you tomorrow, where we will be jumping into the next service called as RDS, Relational Database Service. Have a good time. Bye, everybody.